All right, everybody. Thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast. I got my man Tierre Browne, VP of FFL Selfless, and has just been doing a fantastic job. Number one, personal production. Number two, being able to recruit, bring on agents, and teach them what he's doing. And it's coming off of a record month. So I'm excited to have you here, buddy. I love what you did today in the bullpen session. It enlightened me quite a bit, man. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate your the time and definitely being here with the team and everything. I appreciate your time.
Well, my man. Well, listen, you said a lot today, and I want to kind of capture some of that so that it lives forever. And I think about, number one, FFL Selfless. I have thoughts on this, and my thoughts are, you can't be willing to be inconvenienced by other people, agents, and not be selfless. But there's plenty of people out there that are not willing to be inconvenienced by agents. They're fine with the client side, but when it comes to building a business, they look at it as, potentially they don't want to deal with other people's problems. I never saw it that way, bro. You don't see it that way. Mm-hmm. But I want to know how you see it, because the name Selfless rings so true, but it also it goes into how you formed your thought process on the business in general.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Selfless was first looking at our business and insurance. We're working on other people's schedules. We're selfless to our clients. We're putting ourselves last in most cases, where we're servicing clients on weekends and late hours and all that sorts of things. So we're putting ourselves behind the needs of maybe even our family, right? Mm. But then when you're looking at your team, I am looking, of course, for my own personal production for sure. That's, I got to have the basics down for that. Mm-hmm. But I'm not looking for, 5X, 6X of that. I'm looking to see how much more I could pour into each person, even if it's taking away from myself. Because I know personally I'll be okay. I don't need to be great yet. I'll be okay. But I need other people to be okay.
That's huge, man. It's just, and again, the way you say it is, you could tell it comes out of your pores.
Yeah.
I want to almost say, how did you develop that? Or maybe there's a better way to ask. Is this something that it's either in you or it's out of you? Can you learn it? I mean, I
think it just comes natural, but I think if you don't have it, you just have to put things in perspective of your life. If you're doing okay in your W-2 job and you're paying your bills and you're paying your lifestyle, great. If you're doing that in a business and you're paying your bills, you're paying your leads, all of that, great. How much more do you need to have? Do you need to have 10x of capital? Do you need to have an extra 10 grand of capital or 20 grand of capital? Or do you need to have 50 grand of capital? What is your comfortable number? So I think once you are settled with yourself and know what your comfortable number is, I know I have X number of capital and I'm okay. Even if I did nothing for 6, 7, 8 months, I'd still be okay.
Right.
So then why not just pour in that extra energy to get others to not worry about financials?
No doubt.
And then when you want to turn it on, you can, because we have life insurance agent licenses, so we can sell insurance.
Right. Now, you also talked about you came into this business with the intent to build. You saw the model. Why don't you get into it? What did you see when you saw the insurance industry?
I mean, I didn't, being very transparent, I didn't know everything about it. I didn't know even a lot, to be honest. I knew I could control my income by selling insurance, period, and by helping families, flat out. I could control my own income. I could control my schedule. But then when I saw the opportunity of being able to build and help others do the same and have maybe multiple layers doing it, that's when I kind of saw the explosion possibility. So for me, it was okay, first understand the business, understand how to be at a high level, work with people that work at a high level, then honestly tap into other resources that do it at a high level and give me different perspectives on things, so that I can, best do it. But I'll be honest. I mean, the first probably 6 to 8 months was, trying things and then seeing maybe it not come through, and then kind of moving forward, and then seeing what worked, what didn't, learning from it, spending money, not being scared to spend it, even if nothing came from it, and that's totally okay. That's part of being in business.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that so much. And, you know, you said something earlier. You said, look, I'm looking for business-minded people who are not afraid to invest, who aren't afraid to make money, and aren't afraid to lose money, which is like, I don't know how many times I've heard people say that. Like, I want to work with people that aren't afraid to lose money, because most of the people that I think about are afraid to lose money. So that thought process, although so real, that's business, right? That's business. I've lost plenty of money, and you know,
but that's okay,
right?
Because during that whole process of losing money, you're also learning what works, what doesn't. But as long as you're an independent business owner, and you actually, let's say you break even, you're in business for another month.
Huh?
It's okay.
It's so refreshing to hear.
But you know what I mean? It's okay. If you had a month where you're, you know, plus 10, plus 20, great. Do you have money now to possibly lose, to see a better future? Yeah, okay. So I was, you know, personally in our team, I was, you know, plus 20, plus 30, plus 40 on certain months. Then I was like, all right, I have some capital. I have some ability to lose and be okay with it. Like, it's a mindset. Like, I may not make this up. I may spend 30, make 20, and am I okay? Yes. Not the end of the world. I need to learn from it.
Yeah.
But if I wouldn't have done those things, I wouldn't have found certain sources that our team is using now. That's gonna literally explode. So it's all worth it.
Yeah, I mean that's the nature of business. It's put in, get out. You get out what you put. You get out usually in our business more than what you put in, but sometimes it takes a little longer to realize, and that's the part that freaks a lot of people out, is the unpredictability of, what do I get now? What do I get? What do I get? Hey, I put in, what do I get? I put in, where's my return? And we're constantly in this mindset, Tierre, of helping young business owners, and I don't mean age, I mean
Me,
yeah. Right? Not to overanalyze everything and freak out over everything. And when you learn how to do that, I think you're able to be more selfless. But, and it's probably true, but there's still some seeds that you brought to the table that allowed for this to be a natural occurrence faster for you, which I think is awesome, because our business is 100%. The biggest business builders in our business are selfless, are the most selfless. Because, dude, they're dealing with the most problems. They're dealing with the most people. If they didn't want the people burden or the problem burden, they would not do this.
It's true. Because building a business, I mean, it's not just worrying about yourself and your own personal production. You have, obviously, everybody else and their personal production, their struggles, their hiccups that they're running into, you know, their sacrifices that they're maybe not willing to give up. And I've talked through with some agents, you know, oh, I don't want to work weekends. Would the weekends be the best time for you to be, you know, active? Yes, but I don't want to miss Sunday. Okay, don't miss Sunday. Take Saturday. Work, 15 hours on a Saturday and give it your all on that day. If you dial the phone all day on Saturday and nobody picks up, I don't know. It's probably not going to happen.
Right, correct.
But, personally, I haven't been the person that works every single weekend, but I will give you 60, 70, 80 hours Monday through Friday.
Right.
And if I make it happen Monday through Friday, I might give myself a Saturday afternoon off, but I'll still be doing something.
Right.
So, you get out of this business what you put into it. And my leaders or my legs at this point are really seeing that.
That's great.
And those guys are kind of doing the same sort of thing that I've been doing and kind of preaching. And I just kind of feel like as much as I give into people, I'm only hoping that they bless the people below them.
Amen.
Really with the same sort of, feedback and guidance and just being an ear sometimes to hear people out.
No doubt. You've always really simplified this business. Like when I talk to you, you never complicate your responses, the way you think. Like it's always very simple and straight line. Like,
Yeah.
So when I think about, you saying you run 40 appointments a week and that's part-time. Can you unpack that, like your thought process on when you were saying you were part-time, even though anyone would like call a 40 appointment week schedule full-time?
So I mean that was going back to the beginning, but when I was running the field, I for 14 years of my life I was working full time and never had a day, like really never had a day off. I was working 6 days a week. I was grinding, traveling, all kinds of stuff. So when I said that I was doing 40 appointments in a week, I was doing all in the field. It was mainly dial Monday, stack up Tuesday, stack up maybe Thursday, Friday, stack up Saturday. So that part-time schedule for me, maybe it wasn't really part-time, but it was more so a mindset to say, I'm going to give myself a day off, which was Wednesdays. And honestly, even now, I've kind of kept that same day off mindset where Wednesdays is traditionally not a production day. It's maybe a first call close day, a one call close day in the morning, but Wednesday is like my admin day and to kind of get my mind right for the next week. So I try to make everything happen between Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, a little Saturday. But Wednesdays, traditionally, I'm not heavy on production.
It's funny. You take a day that you're not heavy on production, and all of a sudden your schedule gets dubbed part-time, but you're working like an animal.
But it was a mindset thing. It was just the mindset of it. But if like traditionally, what would you do? You would dial on Monday to run Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
You would dial Thursday to run Friday, Saturday. So I was not doing Wednesday or Saturday afternoon. So was I really running a full schedule? Not really. And a full-time schedule is probably what? It's not 40 hours. It's like 60. Like you really got to put in the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, when I compare myself to say top producers that are doing, how many hours does it take? 50, 60, 70 hours a week? 40 hours is part-time.
Yeah. Okay.
40 appointments.
I like it. But again, that's the Tierre Browne I know. The very simplified version. But when you think about now this approach you have to recruit and bring on agents and get them going, what are some things you're doing from a recruitment standpoint?
Yeah, recruitment standpoint, definitely looking for people that are, like-minded. You have to want to work with somebody. You want to be able to talk to them every single day. So first off, we have to, I don't want to say get along and be buddies, but we have to stand each other first, right? So usually a first conversation is probably 15, 20 minutes. Then as a second follow-up sort of conversation to that, mainly digging into why they're doing this, why it's important. But in terms of who those people are, it comes from warm market. It comes from my warm market. It may not be my best friend who I really want to see this for, who doesn't maybe necessarily have the work ethic to do it or have the time to do it, but maybe he knows 4 or 5 other people that are business owners that want to do it and can see the passive income and the business mindset of it, which that's really what I'm going for, is people that, because like we said before, people that are in business know what it is to spend money. They definitely know what it's like to lose money, but they also know what it takes to kind of double it. But they haven't been in the life insurance business where they can, it can just pop off whenever. But as soon as they see that, then it's like, oh wow, okay,
That's strong.
Yeah.
Last thing, you talk a lot about work, like work ethic, and the idea behind actually putting in the work. How would you teach that to somebody today? Like, how would you explain what that actually means, where a lot of people are looking to make the most with the least amount of hours, which we both know doesn't work.
Right.
What's the best way to educate on that?
I mean, honestly, anything you go into, takes time, takes consistent, sort of boring activity, right? So I would say first lay out your schedule, outline how many hours you're willing to give. And then that's actually going to kind of give you a blueprint or an explanation, a solution for what your output should be, right? So if you want to make X, it's going to take X number of hours to do that. Be very consistent with it. I'd much rather have a consistent writer week over week than someone who comes out firing, 40, 50 families. I don't want that. I want somebody who's consistently doing 10 to 15, families every single month. Then I know what I need to pour in, what extra little juice we need to kind of give, what extra little sauce we could drop on them so that they can get to the next level, the next level, the next level. And then once they get there, let them go. Don't look back. But for new agents, you got to be just extremely consistent, know your why, and kind of have a blueprint, of what you want your output to be. Some people are okay with helping 5 families a month. Some are okay with 10. And then we kind of work backwards from there.
My man, Tri-State Trending with my man, Tierre Browne. Appreciate you, bro. You've been a wealth of knowledge, an encyclopedia almost, and I really appreciated it. It's refreshing talking to someone who's very, I would just use the word selfless. I mean, thank you for all you do and what you're doing to train and build and recruit and pour in and, pay it forward and serve the people, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate it, Mark. Thanks, guys, for having me.
God bless. Tri-State Trends. Thank y'all. Take care.